guys, this video is very important to me. This is important to me, guys, because this is parts connections. OBINexus. Okay. Now this video, we're gonna be here. Oh, I can show you this. Okay. Now, where's this? For the side, what's the file lost? Yep. Okay, the Constutioanl, programming language and constitutional governance model. Constutioanl. So we're down here, penalties. Okay. So basically, I'm a constitution. So basically, I can't say I run a business. I have to say I run a constitution. Basically, I can't say I have a business. I can say if I have a business, you lose a lot of people. But I can say I have a business. What do you do for work? I'm self-employed. I have a business. I can be my business next to OB. Connections to the heart. But that's just OBInexus, upside down algorithm. So basically, I can say I run Nexus OBI, what does it mean connections to the heart, to the soul? But does it make sense? It makes sense to me. It doesn't, but doesn't. The invariant is not human aligned even. It's like for humans, but not by the humans. You get it from a human being. It's not by me. It's like by the connection to the humans. So constitution is like constitutional governance model, central around the people, the things that are actually existing in the ecosystem of the biological biome. So good, why? So basically, today let's look at some regional systems. Like when systems fail, build your own. My motto. But the thing about this video I'm making, guys, you gotta understand this very well. Is let me just not trust us the AI. Okay. Just take the time, basically. So good. So basically, this is my persona. You have two options. Via the open sense matrix, like one or two. Can do this. You can write. You can pay one right from one way. You can pay the other right. But that's called open sense matrix. IK matrix. Basically the IK matrix inverse kinematics. So basically gives you the right to act on something, sort yourself. And the kinematics matrix is like the same thing, and you have to when the system acts on you, on your behalf, so it's more advocacy. It's really just policy advocacy, but it's written in code. So you can act yourself to solve that problem in the system, or you can act yourself. But there's two options per two inputs. So for example, the open sense matrix. If I see something wrong, I can act on it. I can go to that person to give him one option to sort it out, and give him another option if I want to advocate for them. They can sort of give them two options to advocate for themselves. It's just an interpreted system, which is called GSM. GSM, which is called C manuscript, because it's like interpretable. But this is more of a governance model. I want that. I don't really want to just interpret say maybe using the GSM files, manuscript files for Constutional, for polyglot. But I don't want to fragment the system. So just make it a governance model. I'm just thinking now, basically the GSRs are Constutional files, but the GSM is a manuscript, written constitutional governance, via Constutional, which is with compliant, and Constutional interpretable to polyglot systems, governance across polyglot languages. Just think that there, starting now. So basically, you have two options. Open sense matrix. You see sight, my eyes, my scent, my nose, my mouth, my speaking, my hearing, and my 1, 2, 3, 4, and my touching, feeling. But that's 6 senses, that's 5 senses. Now, the 6th sense is like my IK to K, So basically, the 6th sense is just my interpretation, my phenomenological, my insight on that data. Based on my experience, my knowledge. Experience is knowledge, because experience equals knowledge, but it can be subjective knowledge. Because you can know something, and no one can know that thing. Because you know about something based on what you see from your angle. And then you go to the 7th, relay system. Like how I output why I know, or why I don't know, or this is my 6th sense matrix. 6 things really there. So that's the 7th sense matrix. You pay, basically, because what I'm saying to you guys, I'm sick of these people trying to waste my time with my tutorial. I'm going to try to follow these tutorials for intellectual codes, but I don't want to do that now. I want to make them sweat for this while. So basically, what's one delay, deny, or defer you? They can delay, deny, or deny you. Basically, the NFA layer is the NFA layer is the it active delay deferral and of the service, you can just watch your time. But anything can the content automatically. So basically, when that happens, you have to be like flagged, because if it was times like entrapment and doing on such, and people are using the water shelter, it's not very advisable to negotiate with other people anymore. It's just waste of everyone's time. Because the time the system's working for them, not for anyone, or double free. So basically, the double free basically you can't see someone twice for the same thing. Because come for reasons that use the reason to justify another thing that they use. It's called double free law in court. I'm going to default that law. So double free law is like, I can't sue for the same thing. That's what it means. I can't sue for you twice, for the same thing. But I can reason something and you do something wrong, but you can get more money. So basically, if you go to my GitHub, the OBINexus Pi, you can see how the Python, how I did that competition. The Pi framework is more, ensuring that the system is solved. The circle is round, wheel is perfect. This is my new initiative. I'm trying to make the Pi. So basically, su, beginning, middle, and end. But the circle keeps spinning. You keep moving. You are the wheel. So you get the wheel initiative. You keep moving. The wheel is coming to you initiative. You discover yourself, and then you got the spirit mastery. You're mastering your aura, and you got the spirit anchor, how to anchor your mastery. Basically, this is all the communication you're gonna use for the lawsuits in your constitution. I want you guys to have no problem building anything you want to do. Law, order, firm. So basically, you go to the OBINexus UI, which was what you see, what you mean, and what you see. So basically, it works bi-directionally. So basically, if I want to create templates for my, this is divided topology of my OBINexus framework, 15 miles radius to build the constitution. And they give 15 miles, they get 16 miles, they get to land. They get an email from my constitution. Say, why did you take a 16 acres instead of 15 acres? I'm not joking with you, guys. This one, to build your compound. Even though things me losing, because it's not fair that everyone else who has 15 acres, they didn't get it, at the bare bones, it's just inhumane. It's not just inhumane, but it's not just, it's because it's not for equity, equality, because, equity is by head, specifically. If they do something with my 15 acres, not 15 acres, which I started with, and that's a policy, that's to justify it. So basically, you can pay now or pay later. We can pay in installments. How we want to pay, just pay the money. If you do 15 acres, look at the page. You have to be equity fair, so you can build a constitution, get a equal chance based on new direct social principles. Direct payments from basically you get an email and the firm, my firm or her, or my firm, which is public law and order, or her, IW and U means IW, IW, means law, and IKI means order. So you got my repositories for that. That's OBINexus Constitutional public model. So you get the public model. We don't need any private housing. Guys, there's no private housing in the constitution. You can get protected housing. There's more protected housing. You get like a public, protected, and private in class models, but we don't have any private housing. Nothing is private. Everyone can go up the ladder. There's no cutting, there's no that. Basically, that's the policy now. So no private services, nothing private, only protected. Can I have more protection? But that's private. It's like the more protection seems private, but it's not private. I can still get to you guys. If you guys need help, because I'm running this position. Law and order. Framework, pay now, later. Basically, each one gets an Uber or gets a car. Very important. So basically, each one has a Uber ride, and so has like a taxi, a cab. I got a cab, I pay £10 for the cab. I get it, I get to A to B. I pay when I get there, or when I, this cab is going to pay when I get there. The cab doesn't charge me. I can go get the money, get from the shop, buy what I need. Get £20, pay £10 to the cab driver, and I go. That's the cab. The system of the cab is stupid. The cabs never go better. They just stay the same because no one put money in it. But I put money in it. I want my cab system. I want to use cabs. I don't use Ubers. Cabs are more affordable. I don't have to pay online. I don't want to pay online for cabs if I'm going to a cab. I don't mind transaction history on a cab. Basically, I can say to the cab driver, I don't want to pay online. But the goal of evolution is to make it work better for the people. I don't have to. If I prefer a cab, which I didn't prefer a cab, I don't have to look at Uber, because I have to pay Uber automatically. Uber comes, I can use Uber as imagination, yes, but I love Uber and everything. But don't get me wrong. But if I get old and there's a helicopter there, which there is right now, helicopter cabs, I can get a helicopter cab, yeah. But if I get really old, after 2 generations, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Beta, which is next, and my granddaughter wants a flying car or something, she can buy it, she can get it. But if I want a Uber today, I shouldn't need to get an Uber, and she should get like something to helicopter that can fly in a car form, a flying car, because they're doing that now. So I can get those two because I'm part of this generation and the next, because I'm seeding the next generation. So I can get that, but I don't need to get the other one. But there's no policy there. If I want to use, I use what I want to use. You can't tell me what job I want to do. So basically, the problem is, if I get a cab, I pay £10, I have £20, I get my £10 back, because the £20 I used to pay from a shop, I don't have like a card. I pay back a card to the shopkeeper. Shop gives me £20, I get £10 change in cash. The cash system maintains integrity. So I pay the good driver, when I come back, I'm thinking of the worst case, when I don't even have money, but I can solve the problem, by direction, of course, that's what I'm saying about governance. So basically, I shouldn't govern myself like a Rifter, because Rift is a federal translator, you have to Rift, and then okay, you do, you have to have an option, there's two options, you can Rift, but it doesn't resolve anything, there's no point in Rifting, because it's just bureaucratic. So basically, directed debits, pay, spiral, remember. Okay, basically, if you're in debt, can pay installments, but you're not blocked from that service, you're just limited. You're not blocked from any part of service, you're just limited because you're not eligible. And if you were eligible for, you're not eligible anymore, because you start to reach your eligibility, the more violations, the more concerns the system has about your interaction with it, whether you have a passport or not, or a passport, etc. So the PI initiative, the PI initiative is like, sorting out what I call uncountable infinity for double free mitigation. So basically, anything like say I have a region to sue someone, and it's legally bound. I can't see them once basically, I can have infinite sets, but in the real world, everything's in infinite, uncountable infinite. So basically, everything's in category. Can categorize this one way, using verb noun concept. I'm saying the word is in category, not numeric values. You can have a cohesion, something that's numeric and something that's countable. Basically, you can have like an infinite countable set. But that's like a natural number 2, 4, 6, and you can get infinite countable. Basically, you can get an infinite countable set, number 2 to 4. Basically, why it's uncountable is because the number 2 to 4 can be 2.0001 because there's no limitation on the boundary of that system to get to 4. So I can keep counting. I can put like 2 to the power of 10 zeros, and that'll be 2 to the power of micro zeros. That'll be like 2 to the 10 zeros after decimal places, and then I can go 1, 1, 1 every 1 second. But I have to get to 4. That's uncountable. I can now categorize that numbers into like A, B, C. Numbers between, the goal of this is to have something in the framework of unbreakable, using uncountable infinite sets, and the pi initiative is very important to understand, guys. If you want to see someone, go to pi, go to the pi initiative, go to the github.com/pi. You have to ensure that if you look at pi numbers, you basically like having an uncountable set of something to see someone, something to say, something to defend, because you don't want nobody knowing what you're going to do next. So you can pick a strategy and sue someone, you can just sue each other, I really care, just solve the problem. Just solve the problem of your problem. I have my own problems. I need help. But I'm giving you this because this framework of uncountable set, because the pi is a 3.14, which is infinite, but it's uncountably infinite number. Because you can compute pi, because you compile it. Maybe there's 4 or 7, I don't really know, but it's pi. I think it's I don't know I haven't checked anyway the proof rate. We just looked at if pi is uncountably infinite, that means it doesn't have an end. But countably, if it's basically, I'm saying the Cartesian plane, if you have the circle, if you compute a circle on a field that's Cartesian, you get it can compute pi by putting 2 boxes together, click, and that number, that oscillation will give you the number of pi. Because if you have something like a box like an example, I think 3B1 put it. So if you've got a big box there, a big box there. This one is static, and this one you got a half the box. You get this one, like, you have something like a sliding box, no friction, no nothing, no slowing down. This sliding box goes half. Basically, you got half the size of the sliding box and half the width. It's gonna be 2 squared. This is 4. It's gonna be 4 squared, which is 8 centimeters cubed. Squared, squared cube in the volume, cube is you got 4 cubes, and if you get this sliding one, hit this one, it goes back. This one has a wall. Basically, this one can be, this one's a wall. Basically, this one goes here, and this has a wall here. This one hits, it goes back. This one hits, it goes back. But this oscillation of the system, gets faster and slower because friction doesn't slow it down. It just gets faster and faster. And that gets faster and faster. Rapid and rapid. No matter how fast you move the ball, like using the vector energy. What I'm saying to you guys is the Python is computing this number to an infinite set. No matter your region, try and compute how there's like a oscillation of the system, so you can bounce back, the ball can bounce back towards the box over there, and then move the box, then it can go all the way to infinity. But this must always come back, no matter what was moving, it must always hit, so I have different reasons to tell you something, some say pi is uncountable, but I'm not really sure, because this is very good evidence of it, but I have to compute it mathematically. So basically, sliding boxes, sliding clacking cubes or something in the boxes are wide, like the one panels are comfortable. Can compute pi with this method as well, guys. Try to with the simulation, like 3B1 bar video. Now, the governance models on countable sets. So that's what we're going to try to do. You have to acknowledge every region as a valid countable, especially when that framework, because that framework is uncountable. So it's either fixing or it goes to court, goes to criminal court, or the bailiffs come together. Basically, you got the old-bialey, and the old-bialey are like police. But there are like civil enforcement layers. You got like the civil enforcement, which are like people who can civil officers can go and give you a ticket if you're not complying with the laws. Or you got like the military, but you got the airports and catastrophe police. You can stop terrorism at the airports. You got the street police, like the one in the local community, like the one on the Institute Red Bridge. You can do the police matters, the criminal matters in the Red Bridge community. But the old-bialey, basically, I'm saying my model, we have police there. But we don't have, we have enforcement first. Usually, we have the compliance and enforcement team. You don't even need the police to get involved, because it's not really, so you got like the compliance of the enforcement layer, basically. So you can actually compile with the civil enforcement and the bailiffs, which are the ones that are taxing you via the constitutional model, like the courts and the councils. So basically, if you can't pay, the bailiffs come and take your stuff, and you pay that way. That's what called old-bialey, but they're police, because, they're enforcement police, they enforce the law, and the problem is sorted out. And then you got the courts, the civil courts, which like, the police can tell you, but not do anything, they can enforce you, can advise you, because they're enforcement advisors. Let's put them enforcement advisors. And you got enforcement officers, enforcement people that act. So you got people that advise, and people that act on the advice to be given, So basically, the next one. So basically, if you do something wrong, you get an email to me, automatic email, and say, okay, you have to pay that email. For me, you have to pay, I say to the council, I have to pay only 80 million pounds, because I know my rights, my human rights. Because the 100 million pounds under the social care violation, that's one thing you get to do. You want to have a system that recognizes your integrity as a firm via the compliance of IW or HA and the public law and order. And have a way, if you want to prioritize, whether you want the law first and the constitution first, however you want to govern yourself, in the constitutional framework of OBINexus. And then you get like the seal of the aura. So basically, if you just seal the aura, if it doesn't go to court, you have to put on a persona, a technical persona, why it was wrong, my logo, everything. So basically, guys, I'll give you an example right now. This is very example of why waste my time on entrapments? Basically, entrapment algorithm can entrap people, legally, in legal framework. We can entrap people illegally too. So it's more illegal than legal. So you just have to do it right. You have to be careful with that. Unless you're really smart like me, you have a problem with it. So basically now, I'm going to try to get this down. So So basically, my persona, Mr. Obi, Mr. Obi, but it also says tries to deny me or defer me. I sit legally in the court. I have like a trademark. So basically, I'm able to trademark my persona, for why I'm right and they are wrong. So basically, that's what court give you. So basically, I'm giving you the right to express yourself authentically in court. Basically, the court is next to the council. Basically, you get two courts and two council, but there's a little gap in between. You go to court to solve your problem because the court is right next to the council anyway. You get the sort of enforcement officer, everything. So you get at the council, if you don't know the council, you go to court. Now you go to court, the court is right next to the council, and the council can go to court with you. You are? So basically, there's no fragmentation whatsoever. You solve the problem. If you go to court, it's right next to the council. Just be careful, because I'm gonna get a legal team around you. If it gives me. So you gotta have a legal team and everything. So basically, I'll say to you guys, my one. So basically, someone started to say denying me felony. My human rights said, how much is in your bank account? That's a rhetorical question. Rhetorical question. I know they have a lot of money. That's why the system doesn't work. Because he knows everyone else. But not me, for the Housing Act, 1986 and the I can say that as my trademark, basically I can create a quick trademark, I can trademark some phrases, I can say, okay, now I go to court. If someone say to me in a civil court, how much, when you hold me, we don't care, I say, okay, fine, you don't care about my human rights, how much in your bank account? They say 1 million, I say 1 million, fine. I'll take $500,000, because I'll sue them on moneyclaim.org, via installment plan, because I can defend that legally, the legal framework. It's not threatening people, it's just solving the problem. But they can survive without $1 million, because I'm saying that I'm communicating to them, I'm pretending that they can have $1 million, but because the system has there failed so many people. Stock costs, like I said, stock costs £700 million. I can trick them under the term, you lost £700 million, there's too much money in your bank account, and I can basically trick them under the phrase, half 702, 450 million into my bank account, half into my bank account, something like that, there's too much money that you are harassing the council with, people. And I can say to you, okay, I don't want to like when system feels good around. I want that to be universal, but I want that to be fulfilled by law too, and then no effective. There's no prisons in there, so we have to get people out of the institution, whether basically I'm saying like a more equity time based, if you're committing a crime, we don't want you to stay on our walls, we need to actually do something about your situation. So we don't want you to be in the community, we want you to be away from that. We want you to like be in a way, like basically you gotta like you're not confined, you just have to stay in the zone or like leave the zone, you don't need to be at, but that's someone's right to be there. I wrote it down something here. Basically, the other one, you just know the adult film star, what's her name? Anyway, she said, you like me now. She could trick my dad. She watched my dad, you like me now. And she was saying what she's wearing now, you like me now. Good enough thing to just put me everything. I love that action. She was like, man, that's an avatar, So basically, I can say that in court, she can defend that in court, it won't be like objection. So it can be like, basically, I can say objection in court. That is objection, what's done with the religion, autistic. So I want to allow that, only you are autistic. You can't use objection if you're you don't have insights. So it doesn't make sense. Unless you prove you know the religion, no one can. If you know the religion, use that subjection now, guys. Okay, objection. Object to this thing. I have this is not right. So basically, the goal of the term objection is like, objective, something you achieved, but the court deny you objection, that means overruled. Overruled, that means you don't have enough claims to, because you're using your right to the objection. What I'm saying is the thing wrong. So basically, you seal your avatar with the forms you get. When you get a form to court, you get like a new dimension forms filling for the system. So you can get for everyone. What happened? What's my scale? What's my firm? Well, because you're gonna get sued. You're gonna fight with the people. You're gonna fight with individuals in the position. But basically, trademark. If you're gonna trademark your stuff like that, how much is your bank account? Basically, how much your bank account is like a true question. It's a radical reasoning rationale. Like, my radical for doing it is like, don't give me a house. My rationale is I need a house to Cambridge, PhD. And my reasoning is like, I need it now. Because if I don't get it, I'm going to leave. So that's what it's based on. Proof of it allows flexibility. It's non-negotiable. This is like a plus now. So it's non-negotiable. Try to reason it with the referral. Try to find a reason to exploit the system. Try to say, oh, this doesn't work. It should be better. I'll do it better. I'll do it better. You guys need to, because I'm leaving like my camera right now. I'm carrying this program. I'm sitting down, so I'm leaving. Whether you like it or not, carrying this program to the five. I don't leave my house. Because I'm sorting them, the other reason I'm doing, which is like it's more like it's not like an insult per se, it's like the degrading, it's like degrading their mind, because it's psychological, it affects them because they understand psychology, because they're using dark psychology, but it's the same thing, reciprocal, respect is reciprocal, dignity is reciprocal, you give respect, you gain respect, you give dignity, you gain dignity. Okay, now, I can say, basically, I want to like make this forward to you. So I'm trying to trademark the term I am the system now. Because today I'm going to assume the system 200 pounds. No, I'm not going to do everything I want to do in my life. I'm going to go to Japan. I am the system now. The system is now me. Basically, I've translated the system, my utopia, but I'm translating the system. If I get basically, I can say to you, I can put this ahead of time. But I'm gonna use this. But the whole of this video is to defend this yourself, and I don't want you guys to, if you can defend your rationale for your trademark for a period of time, you keep it, you keep your aura, you keep your stuff, you keep all that in. Like what system fails, you build your own. This is my trademark. I am the system now, which is my own trademark. When I get that money, of course, but that's my motto of my business. And I do on my tagline, everything has to have like a steady bound to it. So you can't be a method bound, can't be like a one instance. But you have like a steady bound. So like I am the system now. We are the system now. They are the system now. Basically we are the future now. We are your future now. Something like that. So it can be words, can be replaced, swapped out, everything doesn't be swapped out. That's what technical speculation means. But it's not negotiable. What it is about non-negotiable, but you can't say I'm the only one that matters, here. You're in a dispute. You don't matter. So you can intelligence plan. What's the future, right? Basically, my firm allows you to, you go to business, my firm model. So basically, if I get that tagline, if I get that persona avatar, if I get that 230 million pounds or 240 million pounds, like I claim my own case, I then translate the system and have a tagline. So I am the system now. The change started with me. And that will be my tagline. So basically, that change started with me with my tagline. Basically, I don't know what I'm saying to you guys. The thing about so basically, apart from the money involved in everything, you can freeze lose assets. Basically, basically, I went back from the first one, my assets, my money, everything. You can do that too, but you have to comply with the law, to justify it in the legal framework. But no one should die in this just law. And basically, for the whole thing, my computer. I think it's gone up. Oh no, this is still recorded, but it's kind of funny. Basically, for the whole human rights, basically, you go to the human rights layer, everything. Basically, you go to the Constitution, my Constitution, or NOV, but we can have other governments like the UN laws, human rights law, or basically the United Nations kind of enforce laws, but they cannot enforce an act on it. But the Amnesty UK can only enforce laws. Can only create laws around the human rights. So basically, that's suppression of concern as a principle. So basically, they can create the laws. We cannot enforce them. We cannot put the power like Article 51, self-defense laws. You can say, you can propose it. Don't say it. You can have like a in your law framework too for each one. The public law, law. And so you can have like a topology that's homogeneous, not heterogeneous. As primary concern, homo before hetero. Okay, guys, I think my data is done. I don't really see this working for me. Okay, guys, let me try to minimize this. Like my screen just froze. It's kind of weird. My screen is working. It's working. So this you can see me. It's just my laptop is funny. Okay, basically. So it's because the homogeneous and heterogeneous layers, via the arithmetic evolution of the ecosystem. So basically, if this is true, this is something sorted out. What you guys do is only do this for years, it's not my problem. But I'll come back to that video now. So basically, this global thing. This one is called C7 upside down 7. That's like the you go like here, you go 7 7. That's 7 7. It's called 7 7. because it goes like 7 neurodivergence values, basically a lot of 7, 7, 7, 7. Because the two sevens remains like IK principles or 7, like IK means like oh, this is an F, not 7. Basically, I try to do an F. Basically, I put an F, not 7. So let me try to do it as 7 now. Oh, perfect. So this is my logo. This is the 7, 7, 7. It's like a 57, 7, 7. This is like the 7 century abilities. And look at like a logo, I mean like an insignia for new low fields. So basically, I can say to you, I have 7 senses, but you can act on my 7 senses. I can act on your 7 senses. I am seeing myself. I can act on myself. I'm autonomous, but this is what applies to me, but you can act for me, there. That's IK principles, using kinematics to kinematics, by direction. And you go like the 7, 7, 7, 7. So basically, this 7, 7 is like the K to IK, but the other 7, 7, or the FF is like the rotation. Basically, I can rotate the 7, 7. Or this way, in the same day. So basically, 7, 7, 7, 7. Let's put it 7, 7 squared. So 7 squared, 7 times 7 equals 14 century position. So 14 squared. So basically, you have to add like a 14 logo here. And this will be a new aura for the low fields, because I can argue my discrimination writer and more in tune with it, because I'm neurodivergent, ADHD, Asperger's disability, and right to act on my beliefs. So basically, because 7 cubed, 7 to the power of 4. Or that would be like 7 times 7, which is 14. 14 times 7, this is the power squared. 14 squared is what? So 14 squared is whatever that logo means. So it's like a, it's like a separation of concern between my human rights and because what I want to do. So my right to act and my right to enforce without harm, committed harm. Same thing, but it's based on the foundation. It's my principle. 7, 7. So you like me now? Okay, basically, separation, governance, arguing your framework, quote, for what is yet to be I became. I can now put this as a tagline for my business. I don't want to anchor that to my tagline, but I want to add more of like a trademark. So you can see it in quotes. Basically, I can wear the merch everything as a logo. If I don't want the tagline, I want you guys to have the full expression of it and the full expression. I can have this tagline there, and if I go to quote, I say, for what is yet to be I became. But I don't have to. I just say that out. I don't have to. It's a tagline, like say it anytime I want, but it's like, it's more, I get a right to say it, because it's a tagline in quote in legal proceedings. It's more formal as well, because it's a tagline, and I did just that, So when you say, for what is yet to be, I became, I'm not tagline, basically, I just say my sentence, my aura. Basically, you have your aura sealed. Or your aura sealed for you. You don't want your aura sealed for you. That means that the system's not working for you. So you want to seal people's aura, because the system's for you. So that's a good understanding it, basically. For what is yet to be, I became. And I did just that. Just put all the taglines in the sentence, we'll bring you down as a policy. And what else? Basically, one more thing I did. Basically, the thing about the power system I have is that, the power dynamics, basically, say that someone's dying in the opposite world, and you can feed them, give them food, or give them water, because they're complicit in that suffering of people, or, it's not like children or anything. Basically, if they don't cause the thing, like, they'll come, they want to stop the water from flowing, and leave, because, it's not like children, they don't want to, because it's too far away, they don't want to action it, and then, they just get bored, and there's a lot of people suffering, the suffering just normal to them. So, the church is normalizing suffering, so people get ahead in the system. So, this is saying to like a lower bullying and the church normalize suffering. So, for me, you understand suffering is an option. You should suffer for any reason in my position. Example, suffering nothing. Because what's someone say when I die? I don't want anybody saying to me, someone told me I should die when I die. I don't want to die. I don't know what death is. I never experienced death. Or death in my life. So I want to die. Guys. No one should tell me diagnosis. Go die. Go sleep. Anybody that told me go sleep in my constitution, but I don't know in the States. I don't speak to go sleep like a week or just do nothing like you guys. Basically, I want guys to go to Gen Z there. I don't want anybody there telling me communication. I'm based on one constitution, you outline constitution straight up, and ban. But those other things, if I'm explaining those things, don't you try to put it in a tagline or already say they want to die and they have a reason of their death and died and come back to life, and say, well, I died, something like that. All of these are very clauses, of the politicians, no one should cause him to die. I saw the guy online, he first suicide himself, but he said, I don't suicide myself because, I'm thinking about suicide. I said, why? He said, he don't want to live in his job is boring, life is boring. I said, but that's a good reason to die. He's not having fun, he just feel dull, empty inside, so he wants to die. I said, then I said to him, oh, we can do this. So basically, he says he's going to work tomorrow. He says he's going to work, he enjoys his work. So I said, okay, enjoy your work, don't want you to die. That's the only thing you enjoy. And I said, it's not really working for him. Then I said to the guy, okay, you won't die then. So I helped him do this online. I literally gave him Google Docs, went to Google Docs, his Google Docs, and showed him how to fill in an application, set up a template, so he doesn't have to do the template. And that was able to work the next day and do the work. I saw him the next morning on the online service. It was like a online Bandicam, was it Bandicam, or some online service he was like, want to do something, but he didn't want to die. You need something about death. He said, this is good enough. I can get a template for the job application. And the job application would take me because he just it's not, he doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to die. He has one thing that kept him alive. And then should know prison in my constitution. No such policy. You should know that people die for no reason. You couldn't change you live there, you work there, and kill other people. I don't really care. That's not in the constitution. Or that's my enemies or your enemies. But anyone that's not in the constitution has a human right. But the human rights is covered by all the framework already in there. So basically, all the human rights laws are in there already. But they come first before basically the foundation of human rights first. But it's not really a foundation. It's more of a topology foundation. Basically, they go by constitutional model. So basically, you have to have human rights even before the constitution. The constitution is my utopia. Basically, if the human rights work, then you got the homogeneous model. So you got the human rights first, or then the constitution, and then you go to the constitutional to human rights model, or you can get the laws of human rights, or you can get the third human rights first. So if you get the human rights, you get the third human rights constitutional model. So you get 16 human rights in total. The constitution says have too much, but it's still too much to have human rights. Because human rights is not enough anyway. It's really not standards to do it. You need to stand, don't force it. But it's really like you get the constitutional human rights, you're in the constitution, automatically. When you feel after you get the half, you get what's already there, what I'm saying. Based on a functional framework, the heterogeneous mapping of that state of information that's based on technical specification and homogeneously isomorphic uniform data, such as things that express numerical lines and processing. Okay, guys. Thank you. And I hope let me see what basically, if you go to basically, the councils are there, the law, but they're meant to be authentically expressing your intent, stating expression, for evaluating systems of bureaucracy and stuff like that, things that shouldn't be in the constitution. New definition of prefer and graceful, personal status, draw, or still uniform halo, is there anything I want to say, guys? You guys know. You guys take care. Please share this video. If you want, please share this video. I think it's trying to share this video with your friends. You help my channel for proposal of the United Nations and anti-NIIAONVE via constitutional compliance, law and order and compliance, order to compliance. That was the DAG, bipartisan DAG resolution over serious architectures. For computers to do it and humans to do it, and for any aliens to do it, understand that we can govern ourselves like human beings. We're not bureaucrats anymore. But I don't really care about aliens, I care about my business. So all the things that happen should go. Don't you tell me right that you want to die, use medication? Don't you just, I swear to God, if I see people do that, give them medication. They're saying that if you get more medication, you have to give medication, give medication. I don't need medication, I don't know, because you want medication. That's the policy of my constitution. You can have like a penicillin, you have like a penicillin and like antibiotics. Those three things, you can have like, it's a breakthrough or something, and it's a medication, it's a medical form. I'll put on breakthrough, or being like a non-medical form, same thing, but it's like a different different medium, different isotope, different layer of electricity. Same thing, but different component technology. Nobody injecting news in my body since the breakthrough in 2025. Guys, that's something to learn about, guys. That's something to learn about. I'm sure, because it's usually the government stuff like protests. Sure, human beings, you don't want done to you, don't do this all else, basically. It's just common sense. It's just common sense. If you don't want done to you, don't do this all else. Thank you. Because that's our unfortunate that's the policy. Because if you don't want to lose a house, go stay in this room, people in the dark. Room is house. Stay in this room, and I'll come to your house. End of story. And you can, the book will understand that. Thank you very much. Oh, it stopped. It stopped. Okay, record. Oh, it's not stopped. It's stopped. Guys. It's not stopping now. It's not stopping. I didn't control. So basically, I don't really know what this is about. Why am I not stopping?